Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. Couple number one.
Hi, I'm Abby, and this is my husband Ed, and we're from Bristol.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Abdul. This is my brother Moody, and we're from Shrewsbury.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Anne. This is my friend Bernie, and we've come from Newcastle.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Simon, this is my daughter Hannah, and we're from Bristol.
And these, ladies and gentlemen, are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, dripping in knowledge like Liz Taylor dripped in diamonds. And he's actually had two fewer husbands. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
And to you.
The jackpot is sort of building up a bit again now, isn't it? We had a period where people were winning it the whole time. It's starting to get sort of into quite a tasty little sum. We've got two returning pairs as well. We had Anne and Bernie last time we didn't see much of, did we? So hopefully they're going to stick around for a little bit longer. And Ed and Abby, I think, were very unlucky to get knocked out last time. They were a pretty strong pair, weren't they? Mm-hmm. So it should be a cracking show, I think.
Very good. Looking forward to it. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show, and our contestants here need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Everyone's looking to find a pointless answer, of course. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. As you gather, Phil and Caroline didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £6,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, I'll take an answer from each of you, but there's to be no conferring. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round, obviously, will be eliminated. So do what you can to make sure that's not you, OK? Our first category today is TV. It's TV. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns television duos. Television duos, Richard.
On each pass, we're going to give you 7 television duos, all of whom are famous for appearing together in a TV series. We're also giving you the year in which that TV series was first broadcast. So can you just tell us what that series is, please? It's going to be 14 in all to have a go at home. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So we are looking for the TV shows in which these duos appeared. Now then, our first board reads like this. Jack McFarland and Karen Walker, 1998. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, 2008. Richie Cunningham and Arthur Fonzarelli, 1974. Sam Winchester and Dean Winchester, 2005. Edina Monsoon and Patsy Stone, 1992. John J.D. Dorian and Chris Turk, 2001. And James T. Kirk and Mr. Spock, 1966. I'll read those all one last time. Jack McFarland and Karen Walker, 1998. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, 2008. Richie Cunningham and Arthur Fonzarelli, 1974. Sam Winchester and Dean Winchester, 2005. Edina Monsoon and Patsy Stone, 1992. John J.D. Dorian and Chris Turk, 2001. And James T. Kirk and Mr. Spock, 1966. There we are. Now, Ed and Abby, you all drew lots before the show. And today you are going to go first. Ed, how are we feeling today?
Not bad.
Now, tell us what happened last time.
Well, we got through to the second round, and I think maybe I didn't choose the right answer, but it was...
It wasn't incorrect, though, was it? It was just quite a high score.
Yeah. I don't think we disgraced ourselves.
I don't think you did by any means, But coming back as a returning pair, surely you've got to feel you're going to do better today.
I'd like to think so.
OK, well now, Ed, what are we feeling about this board?
Pretty good. I think Walter White and Jesse Pinkman are from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, says Ed. Breaking Bad. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Breaking Bad. It is right. Oh, very well done indeed, Ed. What a start to the show. Brilliant. Low score of 3. Fantastic. Well, is this something he's been watching while you weren't there?
Well, I work away from home, so he's got a lot of time on his own.
Mr. Box Set. Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Terrific start, Ed, played by Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. It's the one show everyone tells you must watch, isn't it? I still haven't.
You must watch it.
No.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh my God, you must.
Really?
Oh, you must watch it. Yeah, you would love it. Oh, I think you would love it. I haven't watched it. I would.
Yeah, you must watch it.
Oh,
It's
really?
brilliant. It
Oh,
is
good.
absolute. You know, there are some of those shows you think,
Yeah.
It's one of those shows you just watch one after another, and suddenly it's 5 in the
Oh,
morning.
no,
Yeah,
mate, so
you've got to
have you
watch
seen
it.
it?
Break it. Yeah, no, I haven't
Oh,
seen it.
you must. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
You're kidding me. It's unbelievable. You would
it?
adore. It's absolutely up your street.
I'm going to make a note of seeing
Yeah,
it.
you really must.
You must watch it. Excellent. Now then, Moody.
Hi, Dan.
Moody, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. And you're from Shrewsbury.
That's right, yep.
What do you do?
I work in finance for a technology company.
What do you get up to when you're not doing that, Moody?
I'm quite an active guy, so I like to play a lot of sports, so I do a lot of football. I do a lot of cycling as well. And in my spare time, I like to go travelling and carry on my hobby of travelling, seeing as many countries as possible.
This is good. So, I mean, what's the furthest afield you've been?
Furthest afield, I've been to Japan a couple of years ago, and probably my favourite country is Nepal of all time. So.
Excellent. Good stuff. Now then, what about these TV duos? How are we feeling about that, Moody?
Yeah, not too bad. I think I know probably 3 of them for sure. I think it's one of those where which is going to get the lowest score. So to keep it safe, I'm going to go for Richie Cunningham and Arthur Fonzarelli as Happy Days.
Happy Days, says Moody. Let's see if Happy Days is right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Happy Days. It's right. Oh, that's a high score, Moody. Bad luck, Moody. We've gone from 3 to 70. That is a high score.
That is, yeah, played by Ron Howard and Henry Winkler there. He was originally going to be called Arthur Masciarelli, and his nickname was going to be Mash.
So
And they
much
thought
better.
it sounded a bit like MASH, the TV series, so they called him
Or about
Fonzarelli.
mash, the potato option.
It sounds like that as well.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's where the phrase "jumping the shark" comes from. Comes from an
course.
episode of Happy Days where he literally jumped over a shark.
And everyone felt, all the purists felt he'd gone too far.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now then, Bernie. Bernie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us what happened with you last time.
Well, we had a bit of a bad time in the first round.
It was
with
words
things that
ending
in
INK.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I think I was using an Australian dictionary.
relink we had.
Yes.
Actually, surely you could relink a chain.
Well, that's what I thought. How do you
But,
fix a chain if you can't relink it?
You just link it again.
Yeah, I figured that afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, this is a new show. I have high hopes for you two, Bernie and Anne.
Oh, good.
High hopes. Now then, these TV duos, what do you make of them, Bernie?
Not a great deal, actually. So I only know 2 others, so I'm just going to have to bear the fact that it will be a high score and go for Adina Monsoon and Patsy Stone as absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous, you're going to say, for Adina and Patsy. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 knew that. Well, 70 is our high score, 3 is our low. Absolutely fabulous going down. Look at that, 35. Well done. Pretty much in the middle there, Bernie.
Yeah, everyone knows the show, but perhaps the character names were less familiar, so it's a nice score, 35. Whenever Adrian Edmondson has a character, he often calls it Eddie Monsoon, and obviously Jennifer Saunders is married to him. It's a play on Edmondson. So Eddie Monsoon,
clever.
Adina Monsoon.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Hannah.
Yes.
Hannah, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Remind me where you're from?
We're from Bristol as well.
From Bristol. What do you do, Hannah?
Currently on a gap year, going to university soon.
Soon. And do you know where you're going to go?
Yeah, I'm going to Cardiff University.
And what are you going to study?
Going to study medicine.
Good stuff. What are you doing with your year till then?
Working, trying to save up my money for university.
Good for you.
And yeah.
Good stuff. OK, now you're the last person to have this board. So, Hannah, if you want just to talk us through it and fill in the gaps, please feel free.
I can do that quite quickly. I only know the bottom 2, and I think the very last one's going to be very high. So I'm going to go for John, JD, Dorian, and Chris Turk are in Scrubs.
Scrubs, says Hannah. Scrubs. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people knew that. It's right. Very well chosen, Hannah. Look at that, 15. Second lowest score of the pass. Well done. 15 for Scrubs.
Yeah, terrific answer for a terrific series. Well done, and obviously all medical students like to watch Scrubs. I imagine it's just like that. Make you think, yeah.
I hope so.
I would have thought so. Let's fill in the rest of this board, shall we? You were right to avoid the bottom one. It is, of course, Star Trek. It would have scored you 93 points. Wow. Sam Winchester and Dean Winchester. Some people at home I know will know this. It's Supernatural. And would have scored you 9. And Jack McFarlane and Karen Walker are the other two in Will and Grace. And that would have scored you 7. So Breaking Bad, Ed, is best answer on the board.
There we are. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Ed, well done. 3, cracking answer. Lovely low score there. So, yes, Ed and Abby, I'd say you're looking pretty strong on the back of that. Then up to 15, ditto, Hannah and Simon. Then up to 35, where we find Bernie and Anne, much better. I think we should see you into round 2 with that, I hope. Moody and Abdul, a little bit out there ahead. So, yes, Abdul, we need a great answer from you. A really good low score. We'll have to hope that's enough to keep you in the game. OK, we're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 7 more TV duos on the board, and here they come. We have got Norm Peterson and Cliff Clavin, 1982. Olivia Dunham and Peter Bishop, 2008. Dana Scully and Fox Mulder, 1993. David Addison and Maddie Hayes, 1985. Chandler Bing and Joey Tribbiani, 1994. Tim Bisley and Mike Watt, 1999. And Temperance Brennan and Celie Booth, 2005. I'll read those all one last time. Norm Peterson and Cliff Clavin, 1982. Olivia Dunham and Peter Bishop, 2008. Dana Scully and Fox Mulder, 1993. David Addison and Maddie Hayes, 1985. Chandler Bing and Joey Tribbiani, 1994. Tim Bisley and Mike Watt, 1999. And Temperance Brennan and Celie Booth, 2005. Now, remember, we are looking for the TV shows in which these duos first appeared. And obviously, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew, Simon. Simon, what do you do?
I'm a digital manager.
Yeah, so am I. I got 10 of them. They're a nightmare to govern.
Absolutely.
But now, what kind of digital management?
I have a team that looks after a big portfolio of websites for an insurance company.
Right, you are. OK, and what do you like getting up to when you're not doing that, Simon?
I spend my time taking photos, mostly. Keen photographer, landscapes especially.
Very good indeed. OK, now then, TV duos.
I'm going to go for Dana Scully and Fox Mulder, The X-Files.
OK, going for The X-Files. Well, Abdul and Moody are the high scorers on 70. You're on 15, so 54 or less is what you really want to be scoring. OK, there is your red line. Let's see how far down the column The X-Files takes you. Goes right. Oh, it's another high score. Look at that, 70. Takes your total up to 85, but luckily I think Hannah's brilliant answering in the first pass might be enough to see you through. Let's hope so. Richard.
That really is a high answer, isn't it? It's a big, big score. Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. She played those two.
Thanks very much. Now then, Anne. Anne, how are we feeling about this board generally?
Not brilliant. No.
Remind us what you do, Anne.
Well, I work in a building society, but I also look after dogs when people are away on holiday, so a bit of a dog minder.
Right, you are. Do you have a favourite breed of dog?
Yes, I like Labradors.
That's the dog that you have as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad, because your dog is, in all likelihood, going to be watching while this show
Of
is
course,
on.
yeah.
And, yeah, that was the right answer. Now then, what are you going to go for on this board?
Well, the only other answer I definitely know is going to be a high-scoring one, so I'm going to have to try a bit of a punt, and I hope it's not going to backfire. I'm going to go for David Addison and Maddie Hayes and say Moonlighting. Moonlighting, says Anne. Moonlighting.
49 or less is what you want to score. There is your red line. Let's see if Moonlighting's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It is right. And it sees you through to round 2. Very well done. 19 takes your total up to 54. Very well done, Anne.
Well played, Anne. Very gutsy, going for a risky answer there. It really paid off. Played by Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, famously. I used to love Moonlighting.
Brilliant show. Now then, Abdul. Abdul, you've been thrown a bit of a lifeline here. Simon and Hannah are on 85. You're on 70. If you can score 14 or less, you're through to the next round. Now, how good are you on these TV shows?
I was actually better on the last board. I've got a couple in my head, but I think they're high scorers. But I'm going to say Norm Peterson and Cliff Clavin. Cheers.
Cheers. Here comes your red line. It's going to be low. Yes, it is. Let's see if Cheers is going to get you below that red line, Abdul. Well, he's right. Still going down. 23. Oh, not far off it, actually. Takes your total up to 93, but good answer, Abdul.
Yeah, that's unlucky. It's a pretty good score, isn't it? Yeah, played by George Wendt and John Ratzenberger.
Now then, Abby.
Hi.
Abby, hello. You're the last person to have this board.
Yeah.
And look, there you are on 3. Ed did so well.
I know.
He's left you...
Isn't he lovely?
Well, he really has left you in a fantastic position. If you can score 89 or less...
There are 2 that I think I know. One I definitely know.
You can talk us through the whole board if you like.
So I think that Chandler and Joey are from Friends. I don't know who Olivia and Peter are, or Tim and Mike. And I think that the bottom 2, Brennan and Booth, are from a programme called Bones. But I think that's a bit riskier, and I don't know whether to be risky or safe. And I've already been divorced once, and I don't want to do it again. I'll go for Bones for the bottom answer. I think Friends is going to be a really high scorer.
You're going to say Bones for Brennan and
Sorry.
Booth. Temperance, Brennan and Seeley, Booth. Bones. Here comes your red line, nice and high. Let's see if Bones gets you below it. Does it? Is it right? It is right. Very well done. Brilliant answer, Abby. Down it goes, still going down. 9. Takes your total up to 12. The lowest score by 1,000,000 miles. Very well done indeed, Abby and Ed.
Phew, good answer. Bravery paying off for Anne and Abby in that round. Very well done. Funnily enough, you would have been fine if you'd said Chandler and Joey, because it only scored 66, funnily enough. It was Friends, but 66 points. Again, perhaps people don't know the surnames. Olivia Dunham and Peter Bishop are from Fringe, and 6 people have watched that on box set. And Tim Bisley and Mike Watt is a pointless answer. It's a big sort of cult UK sitcom.
Spaced.
Started in 1999, Spaced. Played by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Well done if you said that at home. Pointless answer.
Thanks very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, the pair will be going home with their high score of 93. I'm afraid, Abdul and Moody. I'm so sorry. You've just got here and now we're sending you back again. I'm really sorry. But 2 perfectly good answers. It's just happy days. It's just from the era when everybody watched television, and clearly everyone just remembers happy days. But we will see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. But thanks so much for playing. Abdul and Moody, great contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so only 3 pairs remain. Anne and Bernie, here you are in round 2. Very well done.
Thank you.
And Ed and Abby, lovely low scoring there. Fantastic. I mean, you were the lowest scorers there by a long chalk. I'd say you are the pair to beat. Well, our category for round 2 is children's books. Children's books. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Mr. Men characters with a Y in their name as they could. Mr. Men characters with a Y in their name, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for the name of any Mr. Man character with a Y in their name, not looking for any one of the sort of limited edition or charity versions of it, just any of the Roger Hargreaves series of Mr. Men, and they were carried on by Adam Hargreaves, his son. They still have his name on the front, though. Any Mr. Man character up to the start of 2013, please, with a Y in his name. Very good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Ed.
I'm thinking there might have been a Mr. Grumpy.
Mr. Grumpy, says Ed. Mr. Grumpy. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said it. There was a Mr. Grumpy. 40. 40 for Mr. Grumpy.
Well done, Ed. A blue rectangle who hated books, Mr. Grumpy. Oh, he was grumpy. He really lived up to his name.
Yeah, but Mr. Grumpy?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he was very grumpy.
I think sometimes if you're born with a certain name, that's what you become.
Or unless...
They call it nominative determinism, don't they? I think that's what happened with Mr. Grumpy.
All right. Mind you, but at the end of the book, the little bit of his life that Roger Hargreaves framed in that story gets less grumpy.
I suppose so. Steve Grumpy is his full name.
There we are. Now then, Bernie. Bernie, a Mr. Men character with a Y in it.
Well, I thought of one to start off with, but now that Grumpy has been said, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Not that I really know the Mr. Men characters, but I'm hoping there might be a Mr. Angry.
Mr. Angry. Let's find out if there was a Mr. Angry, and if there was, let's see how many of our 100 people remembered him. Oh, no, bad luck, Bernie, I'm afraid. An incorrect answer. That scores you the maximum of 100 points.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bernie.
Sorry, Bernie. You'd think if he'd written a Mr. Grumpy, you could write a Mr. Angry as well, couldn't you? It's even more like it's not one of the books. Actually, there is a TV series. I think there's a Mr. Angry who turns up at some point, but that's not a Roger Hargreaves character or a book or what have you, so it's unlucky.
OK, Hannah. Hannah, a Mr. Man character with a Y in his name.
I'm not really sure, so I'm going to have to go for a bit of a guess, which it makes sense to me. So I'm going to go for Mr. Lucky.
Mr. Lucky. Well, let's hope. Let's see if Miss Lucky's right. Let's see how many people said it. Oh, no, bad luck. No, Mr. Lucky. I'm afraid that scores you the maximum of 100 points. Sorry, Hannah.
Sorry, Hannah, no Mr. Lucky. There is a little Miss Lucky, or Bernie, as we'd call her at this current moment. Just giving her 100 points. I don't blame you. You know what, Hannah? I don't blame you because it's a kids thing. I blame the parents, personally.
That must be.
Thanks very much. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores, both of them in this case. 40 is where we find Ed and Abby, and then 100 is where Bernie and Anne and Hannah and Simon are tied. So it's a tussle between Anne and Simon to see who stays and who leaves at the end of the round, I would imagine. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, now, Simon, we are looking for Mr. Men characters with a Y in their name.
Now, I remember reading these to Hannah and her two brothers, but can I remember any of the names? I think Mr. Messy.
Mr. Messy, says Simon. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Mr. Messy. No red line for you, you're joint high scorers. Oh, hooray, there was a Mr. Messy. Oh, it's a good one. 16. 116 is now your total, Simon.
Well played, Simon. You redeemed yourself as a parent there. Mr. Messi was a big pink scribble. He later went on to play football for Argentina and Barcelona as well. Did very well.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Anne. Anne, the high scorers are now Simon and Hannah on 116. 15 or less will keep you in the game.
Right, I think I'm getting mixed up now with the Seven Dwarfs and the Little Miss characters as well as the Mr. Men, so I think I'll try Mr. Nosy.
Mr. Nosy, says Anne. Mr. Nosy, here is your red line. Get below that, and you're in the head-to-head. How many people said Mr. Nosy? Well, it's right. Oh, you've done it! 13 for Mr. Nosy. 13. 113 your total.
Very well played, and yeah, Mr. Nosy had a big, long, green nose.
Yeah, odd. He got a hammer dropped on it. I remember that one. He had a nosebleed.
He was always looking through letterboxes and things, wasn't he?
Well, still a hammer?
I know. But, you know, he was nosy. A nosy fella.
Still a hammer? Just...
Don't be nosy. That's what the book's about. Be less nosy.
Yeah, all right. I'll abide by that. Now then, Abby. Abby. The high scorers at the moment are Simon and Hannah on 116. You need 75 or less.
OK, I think I remember a Mr. Man character called Mr. Topsy-Turvy.
There's your red line. Below that, head-to-head. Mr. Topsy-Turvy, is it right? It is right. Very well done, Abby, and it gets you through to the head-to-head. 7. 7, the best score of the past. 47 your total, Abby.
Well done, Abby. That's got 2 Y's in it, Mr. Topsy-Turvy. Yeah, very impressive. Yeah, good answer. He used to wear his hat upside down on his head.
Yeah, he was nuts, Topsy-Turvy, wasn't he?
He is, yeah.
I mean, a lot of them were a little bit unhinged, shall we say.
Yeah, certainly as children's books, they're nice, but if you met them in the park, you would maybe steer a different course, I think.
Yeah.
There's no pointless answers at all. There's a couple of very low scorers, but no pointless answers. People know their Mr. Men books. The lowest scorers, though, are Mr. Birthday with 1, which came out on the 25th anniversary of the first Mr. Men book, Mr. Daydream with 2, and Mr. Nobody, who's transparent, he would have scored you 3 points. Some other scorers, Mr. Skinny, 5, Mr. Noisy and Mr. Busy, both would have scored you 6, Mr. Jelly and Mr. Fussy, both would have scored you 7, Mr. Dizzy, 8, Mr. Clumsy, 8, and Mr. Uppity, 8. Well done, anyone, especially kids who are getting these ones at home. They're all good answers. Mr. Lazy, 12, Mr. Greedy, 14, Mr. Funny, 17. And the top 3 answers, let's take a look at them. Mr. Silly also is 17. He was silly. Mr. Grumpy, 40. We've covered the fact he was grumpy. And Mr. Happy on 70.
Thank you very much. So at the end of our second round, our high-scoring pair, I'm afraid, with a high score of 116, it's Simon and Hannah. So we have to send you home now, but we'll see you again next time. Look forward to it very much indeed. Simon and Hannah, great contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. OK, congratulations, Ed and Abby, Anne and Bernie. You are 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £6,250. So obviously we have to decide which pair is going to be playing for that money, and to do that we're now going to make you play head-to-head. This time you are allowed to confer, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for the jackpot. Now then, Anne and Bernie, you went out in the first round last time. Ed and Abby, second round last time. So this is brand new virgin territory for both pairs. I think this is going to be very close, very exciting. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns young politicians. Young politicians, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures now of British politicians when they were younger. Can you identify the most obscure of these? Good luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 politicians as youngsters, and here they are. We have A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 politicians when they were younger. Ed and Abby, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
So what do you...
Churchill, and then D's and Whittaker. C is Prescott, C is Haig. What do you reckon? I don't know. You decide. C is Whittaker, yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay.
I'm going to go for D, and we think that's Anne Widdecombe.
D, Anne Widdecombe. D, Anne Widdecombe. Now then, Anne and Bernie, talk us through the rest of the board, if you can.
Well, I think A is with Winston Churchill. C is the guy who was the ex-leader of the...
Yeah.
What's his name? Is it Haig?
Yeah, William Haig.
William Haig. And E is... What's his name? Is it Preston?
Prescott.
Prescott. John Prescott. Do you think we should go for A or C?
Probably C, I think.
OK, we'll go for C, William Haig.
OK, you're going to say William Haig for C. So we have Ed and Abby saying Anne Widdecombe for D. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Anne Widdecombe for D. It is right. $20 for Anne Widdecombe. Anne and Bernie have said William Haig for C. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said William Haig. Well, it's right. Is it going to be 20? Oh, 38. 38 for William Haig. Very well done, Ed and Abby. After 1 question, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, there's only 1 answer there that would have beaten Anne Widdecombe, and that by a point, and that is B. She was the interim leader of the Labour Party before Ed Miliband. It's Harriet Harman. Would have scored you 19 points.
She hasn't really changed, has she?
No, she hasn't. She hasn't. She's fairly recognisable. Everyone scored quite well on this, actually. A, as I think you know, is Winston Churchill. Would have scored you 41. And E, who knew that John Prescott looked like Terry Scott? And he would have scored like you... Yeah, amazing. 34. Look at that tie and shirt combination.
Very smart.
That against the sort of thing you could wear in like Shoreditch or Hoxton now.
Yeah.
And people would think you're amazingly fashionable. That look would pass in certain London nightclubs.
Certainly would.
That's a great look.
It's a great look. Thanks very much indeed. OK, so here comes your second question. Anne and Bernie, you answer first, but you have to win this one to stay in the game. It concerns London 2012. London 2012, Richard.
Just going to show you 5 clues now to facts about London 2012 Olympics and Paralympics. Can you pick the most obscure of the answers? OK, let's reveal our 5 facts, and here they come. The most recent time London hosted the Olympics pre-2012, the Lord of the Rings knighted actor who starred in the Paralympic opening ceremony, the location of the Olympic canoe slalom events, the official UK broadcaster of the Paralympics, and the theme tune Mr. Bean played at the Olympic opening ceremony. I'll read those all one final time. The most recent time London hosted the Olympics pre-2012, the Lord of the Rings knighted actor who starred in the Paralympic opening ceremony, the location of the Olympic canoe slalom events, the official UK broadcaster of the Paralympics, and the theme tune Mr. Bean played at the Olympic opening ceremony. There we are, 5 clues to facts about London 2012. Anne and Bernie go first.
Who's the Lord of the Rings actor?
I don't know. Don't see that one's home.
The most recent one who hosted the Olympics was at 1948.
We have also twice previously.
I think it was 1948.
We'll go for the most recent time London hosted the Olympics and say 1948.
1948, say Anne and Bernie, 1948. Now then, Ed and Abby, the rest of the board is yours. Talk us through it.
We're thinking that the Lord of the Rings one would be...
Sir Ian McKellen,
Yeah.
you thought. Or Gandalf, as he's known in our house.
Yeah, the canoe one you thought Milton
I thought that
Keynes?
might be Milton Keynes.
The broadcaster would be the BBC and the theme tune was Chariots of Fire.
I'm not sure the BBC broadcast Paralympics. I think it was Channel 4.
Oh, God, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know, what do you reckon? How confident are you about Milton Keynes?
No, I'm not that.
You're
I
not
think,
confident enough?
I think I want you to
Should we
decide.
go say Chariots of Fire?
Okay.
Okay, we'll go for the theme tune is Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire, you're going to say the theme tune that Rowan Atkinson played at the opening ceremony. OK, let's put those both to the test. Anne and Bernie, you said 1948, the last time the Olympics have been held in London. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said 1948. It's right. 32. 32 for 1948. Ed and Abby have gone for Chariots of Fire. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Chariots of Fire. It is right. Is it going to beat 32, though? Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. Wow. 15 for Chariots of Fire. Very well done. Ed and Abby, after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0.
Well played, sailing through to the final. Yeah, you would have got the point as well if you'd said Sir Ian McKellen, because he was the actor at the Paralympic opening ceremony. Would have scored 13 points. You wouldn't have got the point if you said the official UK broadcaster was Channel 4. It was, but it would have scored you 36 points. And you also wouldn't have got the point if you said Milton Keynes for Olympic canoe slalom. It's the Lee Valley Whitewater Centre. 6 points. That's the best answer up there. Well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So our losing pair at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, it's Anne and Bernie. I played so well this time throughout the whole show, but I'm afraid this is where we have to say goodbye. Meantime, thanks very much, though, for playing. Anne and Bernie.
Thank you.
But for Ed and Abby, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Ed and Abby. You've beaten all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy, so very, very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £6,250. Wow. Did you think you were going to end up here?
No, absolutely not. I was like, we'll go out in the first round.
Well, now we had good answers from you, nice low scores from you in the first round.
Yeah, I did okay.
It was all pretty good. So, Ed, we discovered last time you played guitar in a band called Bosque Monitor.
That's right.
Are they gigging at the moment? Have you got anything coming up?
So, we don't, actually. I've missed a real opportunity here.
You really have.
But they're awesome, and check them out if you're ever
I'll tell you what, by the
Yeah.
time this goes to air, maybe you will soon.
Got time to record and...
Yeah. Have you got any? Have you any a fan of Bosque Monitor?
Bosque Monitor?
Yeah.
I love Bosque Monitor, yeah.
Any favourite tracks over there?
Idiot Song, that's one of yours, isn't it?
New Year,
Yeah,
New Year, another
New
one
Year,
of yours.
one
I
of
was
yours.
rather a fan of that one. I like that.
Are they commercially available, any Bosque Monitor material?
No,
That's weird.
but you can go on MySpace and
We don't think we haven't been.
Check out
That's where we have
those two particular
Yeah.
songs.
What do you think I do on this computer also?
Yeah.
You totally are yourself.
Yeah.
Of all the bands named after lizards,
Yeah.
apart from Jesus Lizard,
Jeez, well,
yeah, they are my favourite.
me too.
I love the Komodo Dragons as well. I'm a big fan of. That's a great band.
Well, listen. Anything you want to see come up in this final round?
Yeah, Fluffy Cats.
We've had that for months. It's been hanging around on that options board.
Music might be good,
Borg
Yeah.
and Regis, The Town I Know and Love. That's where I grew up.
but
Okay.
Something to do with Bristol would be
yeah,
good.
that would be good.
Well, listen, to win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. First, obviously, you have to select a category, and here are your 5 options. They are Fluffy Cats. Oh, sorry. World Leaders, Athletics, Music Awards, Space Travel, Playwrights.
You've got to go for music.
Music awards is a bit of a killer. I don't know. What do you think about Playwrights? We both might have a go at that.
It's your call, because I don't
Yeah.
want any blame for this.
Okay.
So whatever you want, you do. You want music, you go music. You want plays, you go plays.
Let's go Playwrights.
Okay.
Playwrights. Okay, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many George Bernard Shaw plays as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any play written by George Bernard Shaw. A couple of times there's been collections of his plays which are under an umbrella title. We just look for the individual names of the plays, please. So any play written by George Bernard Shaw, very best of luck.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £6,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Okay, so the only one I know is Pygmalion.
Yep.
So I
That's
don't
the
know
only
any
one I
others.
know.
He's Irish, right?
I think so.
So
I think I bought like a collection of his plays.
something like
Is the Winslow Boy? Is that?
if
does
you
that
think
ring a
it
bell?
is, go for it.
It doesn't immediately make you think
I was
that
going
it's
to say
something
The
else.
Apartment, but I think that's somebody else.
All right.
And something else Irish sounding.
Irish sounding.
Yeah.
You think
if
that's
he's
the way to go?
Irish. Definitely. Carol's going to love that. Something like The Something. Because
The
he's quite
Something.
like minimalist. So The Window,
The Window.
The
Yeah.
Door.
There certainly are words.
10 seconds left.
Okay, so we'll go Pygmalion, just on the off
Yeah.
chance that no one knew it. And we'll say Winslow Boy and Door.
Yeah, why not?
OK, that's your time up. We were looking for George Bernard Shaw plays. I now need your 3 answers.
We're going to go for Pygmalion,
Pygmalion,
The Winslow Boy.
Yeah.
Is it what it's called?
The Winslow Boy,
And The Door.
and the... Brilliant, The Door, yeah. That closed after just 3 shows.
Oh God. Okay, I get it. Right. Yeah.
Of those 3, which would you think was your best shot at a pointless answer?
Well, Pygmalion
It's the only
is
one
probably
we
the
know.
only George Bernard Shaw play that we've just mentioned. So we'll say that one.
Do you want to pop that last?
Yeah.
Which should we put first?
The Door, because we just made it up.
OK, The Door. Fair enough. OK, let's put those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got The Door, The Winslow Boy, and Pygmalion. So we were looking for George Bernard Shaw plays. Your least confident answer was The Door. Shall we just find out if that's right? No, bad luck. An incorrect answer, as you won't be surprised to hear. So we got that out of the way. Only 2 more chances to win today's jackpot, £6,250. Let's just say one of these 2 remaining answers was pointless. What would you do with that?
Get a throne for our cat Jeffrey. That's what I want to do with
You have a
it.
cat, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
So-
He's a Persian. He's big. He's really unfriendly to everybody except me and my mum, pretty much. He hates Ed. But I'd get him a throne. I've seen it on the internet. I don't.
You're not joking, are you?
I'm
You are going to
absolutely-
get a throne.
My colleagues at work, no, because I've shown them all. I
Oh, that's good. As long as you're not wasting the money, that's good. That's You'll consider your cat, Jeffrey. Now, Ed, what about you?
Well, I'd like to think that we'd keep the throne down to at least 3 figures. So I think the recipe might be going on holiday, probably to East Asia.
Yeah, well
Japan,
done.
China.
That sounds like a good idea.
I'm not going to be booking tickets just yet.
OK, we are looking for George Bernard Shaw plays. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, The Winslow Boy. Again, this has to be correct, and it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. So for £6,250, let's see how many people said The Winslow Boy. No, bad luck. Bad luck, so you only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. 2 incorrect answers so far. We're looking for George Bernard Shaw plays. Your third and final answer was Pygmalion. Now, this was your most confident shot as a pointless answer because you knew it was correct. Obviously, then it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot, so let's find out how many people said Pygmalion for £6,250. Well, it's right. Good to see. Your first answer, The Door, obviously an incorrect answer. The Winslow Boy, an incorrect answer. Pygmalion, 40, bad luck. Unfortunately, you did manage to find that all-important pointless answer, I'm afraid, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £6,250, which rolls over onto the next show. But it's been great having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. And, of course, you do both get to walk away with a pointless trophy each, so very, very well done.
Yeah, I have to admire your spirit, Ed, though, in going for Playwrights. That is gutsy. That's the act of a man who doesn't really want to buy a throne for his cat. Let's take a look at some of the pointless answers up here. Well done if you got any of these. Captain Brassbound's Conversion, which is it's about a loft extension. Terrific play. Heartbreak House. It's a single-act comedy play, How He Lied to Her Husband. That's one that some people might have got at home, one of his more well-known ones. The Admirable Bashville, The Millionairess, which was made into a movie as well with Sophia Loren. The Philanderer. 3 more. The Shoeing Up of Blanco Posnet. Well, I can't believe, if you're going to make up a thing, don't make up The Door.
Yeah.
Make up The Shoeing Up of Blanco Posnet. Imagine if you had. Widowers' Houses and You Never Can Tell. The Winslow Boy is a Terence Rattigan play, not George Bernard Shaw, I'm afraid. Really tough category, so fair play to you for going for it, and you played brilliantly throughout, and sorry you haven't walked away with the money.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Ed and Abby, but we've loved having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Brilliant. Ed and Abby. Well, sadly, Ed and Abby didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £7,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.